Hi, I'm Karen Carbone. Welcome to Parks Plus. Today I'm here helping out with some chores at Frying Pan Farm Park in Herndon, Virginia. This once active dairy farm is a treat for the senses, where you can see, touch, and smell things that were common on a farm from the 1920s to 1950s. Now, if you want to be a farmer, you gotta get up pretty early in the morning and come ready to get your hands a little dirty. Oh, and it helps if you know how to drive one of these things.
We always start around, 7 in the morning, and then we will start with feeding. We usually feed the large animals first. Check my good old feed list. All right, we're gonna feed some sheep and some goats on the other side of the barn. The life of the farmer can be super easy, or it can be super crazy. The area we're in now is called our field pig area. And it's, as you can see, it's majority dirt. We've had a lot of rain in the last week, so it's majority mud. Sometimes you think it's gonna be an easy day, and 14 hours later, you're going home covered in something. So we work 7 to 5, and then, being farm animals and the weather, we may be here past that or before that. It just varies on the season, Seen many a sunset and many a sunrise. So this is Sasha. She's a 3-year-old Jersey dairy cow. And so the first thing we do is we wash her udder, and we'll do some by hand. And this will do the job of 4 hands. The Jersey cow milk is very easy to transfer to other species. These guys will drink 2 bottles a day right now. They're eating grain very well, and so they'll be weaned off milk actually next week. We've got a couple different areas for the chickens to go. The first thing we always do is we always feed them, and then we let them outside, and that way they get their exercise and some fresh air. And then we come back and we collect eggs. Like say we've got about 20 chickens right now, and so we're getting around a dozen or so eggs each day. 130 acres, everything's always changing at Frying Pan, and it just makes it unique. And you come out, walk your dog, you come out, bring the family, and be able to see crops growing and see grass, changing and making hay, and just the landscape changes constantly. So today is our targeted planting date for corn. 14 of the last 16 days we've had rain. And so if you look, you can see that it was just too muddy. We tried to do some tillage. Sometimes they don't line up. There we go. Like I say, we're trying to smooth out this cornfield. And then once we are dry enough, we will plant corn. But it's the Mother Nature is saying no. At this point, we're all right if we wait a week or two. If we get past another 2 weeks, then it might not even be worth planting. Day in the life of the farmer, it's always a gamble. You never know what you're gonna get. Animal health on the farm is a lot of observation, making sure that these animals are, continually healthy. Just keeping everything clean, making sure they're not in their own manure or filth. And then, like say, just observing if somebody's sick, figure out why you gotta treat it, how you gotta treat it, and then how do you prevent that from happening in the future. Typically, we would clean stalls before the school groups come, and that way everything is nice and clean before anybody else arrives. We are trimming goat hooves. This year we've been really wet, so the goats have actually spent more time in the barn, and it's, the stalls are kind of cushiony with straw, and so they haven't been out on the rocks and, kind of walking around as much to wear them down. The baby pigs are probably, one of the most popular. Everybody loves to see them. They're so cute. Unfortunately, they don't stay small too long. One of the greatest things is, like say, just to be able to be outside, see some animals growing, and try to come back once or twice throughout the year, to see how things change. And it's not just a one-day park, keep coming back, see those babies you saw in the spring, see how big they are by October, and see how the crop field went from dirt to a cornfield, with corn that's ready to harvest. The weather, the animals, you know, the crowds, just everything can change at the drop of a hat. And again, that's what makes it fun. To me, it's always a challenge.